Yoshi's Crafted World was originally announced all the way back in 2017, just under the name as Yoshi, and it was a wonderfully designed looking game, but the game went quiet for well over a year until late 2018 when the game was re-announced as Crafted World. So after all this time, the game is finally here and I've been plowing through it to bring you my review. So here we go. Crafted World is a follow-up to the successful and adorable Yoshi's Woolly World by taking the material aesthetic and making a wonderful looking platformer out of it. Crafted World takes, as you can guess from the title, a crafted look with levels built together with old pieces of cardboard, felt and materials. It really looks like a crafter's delight, and it does look wonderful and shows a lot of creativeness. The game's story is your typical whimsical little tale of a load of little Yoshis protecting a sunstone thing until Bowser Jr. and Kamek pop up and mess everything up and scatter all the stones across the game's map. So now all the Yoshis have to travel across the game's many different levels, picking up the stones and ultimately saving the day. When it comes to the gameplay, Crafted World is your typical Yoshi game. It's a platformer that sees you traversing 40 plus levels, eating enemies, throwing eggs, solving puzzles and snapping up all the collectibles. And whilst it does play incredibly similar, well, exactly the same as all the other Yoshi games, it's still very enjoyable. Each of the game's levels are filled to the brim with creative detail, and each of all the levels have their own special theme and gimmick to make each level stand out. Here's some of the examples of some of the levels on offer. We have levels that see Yoshi running away from a giant dinosaur, exploring a haunted house, and a fun little auto-scrolling level that sees a giant robot Yoshi punching anything in sight. Once you completed a level, there's a chance to go back and complete levels again with little challenges to nab little extras, which is a nice touch. Then there's also a chance to play nearly all levels in reverse to find all the Poochie Pups, which is a neat way to play levels you've already completed. Each of the game's levels is chock-a-block full of collectibles like sunflowers, hearts and coins to nab. Sunflowers are tied a bit to progression, but you shouldn't worry about it. As long as you collect a couple of them a level, you should be fine. As for the coins, these are very useful indeed, as they can be used in the game's own gacha machines that house well over 100 adorable and often hilarious costumes for Yoshi to wear. There's even a few amiibo-specific ones to unlock as well, which is nice. To reach the game's conclusion, it took me around the 7 to 8 hour mark to reach the game's ending credit, which is pretty respectable enough. But if you're looking to 100% the game, there's plenty of collectibles to nab as well as the costumes and the reverse Poochie levels, so you're talking about a good 15 hours to get 100% the game. Yoshi Crafted World marks the first time that a first-party Nintendo title is running on the Unreal Engine, and overall it's a really great presentational showing. Running on the TV, it runs at a less resolution at around the 500 or 600 odd p, and it does show as the game can look a bit fuzzy at times, especially in the background. But it could be due to an artistic choice, as you mostly focus on the foreground and not background. But to make up for this, the game runs at a rock solid 60 FPS, and it's really nice to see it run at 60 FPS after last year's disappointing technical showcase from Kirby Star Allies. As for the portable play, it's pretty similar to dock, playing at 60 FPS with a slightly lower resolution than docked, but again it still looks great in motion. Conclusion time now, and Yoshi's Crafted World is yet another wonderful little platformer that's just as good as Woolly World on the Wii U. Each of the game's levels are incredibly well created and all offer something different. It's a very calm game that doesn't get too difficult, but I don't really mind it as the game is very enjoyable and has plenty of collectibles to make up for the lack of difficulty. So with that, I'm giving Yoshi's Crafted World an 8.5 out of 10 with the title of great. Thank you for watching my review, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until next time, happy gaming. Bye.